Hello, am I still live? Okay, cool. Um, is that what is that? What is this? It's just a blank screen, people. I do apologize for that. I don't know if you could see me. Um, Heck, I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm still confused about that. Let me go back to my phone here and see if I can hear myself play. And oh, maybe that's what the problem was. I wasn't. Oh, okay. I can hear myself. Okay, so that's good. Um, but anyway, welcome to Late Night with Hebrew. And as you can see, I have a blank screen in front of me. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what this is. This is just a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. No. But, you know, it is what it is. It's late night here where I am. It's 1:15 in the a.m. Me and Sagittarically speaking, we were just watching a preview of my Star Wars stop motion video, something I could never really put on YouTube. So I don't know. Maybe if I work it so that the music's not in there, uh, then maybe I could put different music in there and then air it on YouTube. Of course, it won't have the same impact. That there's nothing quite like that John Williams theme. So we'll see. Maybe in the near future. Right now, I've been working on a new some new GI Joe stuff. I've got some ideas for the Mandela family seasons. I'm working on, I think, the last episode. Man, this bump I got on my back is really starting to bother me. I don't think it might not be a cyst necessarily, but I don't remember like falling down the stairs and hurting my back or slamming my back into the door or anything like that. But it's really this bump. It showed up 3 days ago, and it almost seems like it showed up overnight. Like I was sleeping one night and I woke up and there was a big old cyst on my back. So anyway, I can see that you guys are getting tired of me talking about cysts. So here's the deal, though. The dildo. Never mind. But no, here's the deal. Okay, I'm testing this out. I'm not really too sure of the system. I don't know how to share things, even if I can share things. This is really more or less just a test broadcast, and I know it's late. It's 1:16 in the a.m. Um, but you know what? We're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Uh, we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna try to run this show for about an hour. That's what most of my live streams were back in the day. It was like an hour. So I'm sitting outside. Can you pause this? You could pause the live stream. No. Ah. No, but I can mute myself just by simply doing this. I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm muted. Okay, I'm unmuted. Oh, that's kind of cool. But of course, you can't pause the live stream. Um, oh, my back. That lump on my back is just. It's nagging. I mean, it's I know you guys don't really want to hear about it, but boy, is it! It's just nagging. So anyway, let me ask you guys this in the audience: if you rub alcohol on a thing long enough, does it dry it up? I know there's a lot of you out there that might know the answer to this one. Um, so just let me know in the comments section, maybe tomorrow. Uh, I really wish I could invite people on here, and that's what I'm going to try to find out. Because if I can use this system in order to go live with people, I don't want it to just be me. Um, then I will no longer have to rely on Yardstream. Why did that go to sleep? That's weird. Yardstream to excuse me. Sorry about that. But I'll no longer have to rely on Yardstream to go live. And the reason why I'm saying this, why I'm looking for alternatives, is simply because you only get so many hours a month with Yardstream. So if you do the free thing, you only get so much a month, free minutes. Okay, I can't scroll down. That's a shame. And once it'll tell you when those minutes are almost up. Those, not minutes but hours. You only get so many hours, and you know I really think that Yardstream is kind of ripping me off because just a couple days ago it said I had 17 hours, and I know there's no way. I used maybe 6 hours out of that 17, but yet when I did Shifty Sunday here recently, technically it was saying then and there that I was out of hours. So right now, this is an experiment. What's this here? What is this? Streaming to YouTube, Hebrew of Eternia. Enable multi-stream allows you to multiple platforms simultaneously. Okay, I got you. But it doesn't seem like there's anything here where you can invite people, which is a shame because if I could do it from here, even if we're faceless, certainly there's some people. I know Michelle uses this OBS Studios, so maybe she could tell me later tomorrow, whatever time, whatever day. And I would like to be able to use this for our Taco Tuesday. But I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I don't think. There's no way to invite people to the stream. But I may need to hook it up. I may need to hook it up through another medium of some sort. Like maybe I can hook it up through Yardstream and really wouldn't have to. What is it? Yardstream or StreamYard? I think it should be StreamYard. That'd be cool. Mini feeds. Scene selector. Let's see if we can select. Okay. Why is that there? I don't know what I'm doing. I honestly do not know. So let me leave. Let me leave this little area here. What's this button do? No, I don't want to log out. No, I don't want to go to the App Store. I don't want a cloud bot. What the hell's a cloud bot? Is that a cloud bot? Oh, that's kind of neat. Whoa! What's that all about? Okay, Streamable's CloudBot is a chatbot that provides entertainment and moderation features for your stream. Here we go. Now we might be getting into something here. Symbol protection restricts viewers from spamming messages with too many symbols. Oh. Caps protection restricts viewers from spamming all caps. Well, I don't mind if they're messaging all caps. That doesn't really bother me. But what does that mean? Why the heck can I scroll down? I can't. It's not like. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good. Word protection, paragraph protection prevents viewers from sending overly lengthy messages. I think that would be good to have sometimes. Emote protection removes messages containing excessive amounts of emotes. I don't mind that too much either. Let's see here. Uh, Hotkeys. What are hotkeys? Game overlay. Ooh, I could put a game overlay on here? Really? What does that mean? I don't know. Let's try it. I don't think I want to do this. I don't, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, output. What's output? What's stream? Let's hit stream. Enable multi. So you can multi-stream, but you can't invite people over to be in the chat with you. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. General settings. Let's go there. Show catch directories. Delete catch. Upload catch. Okay, well, there's nothing on there. It says invite. Wait, appearance. Let's see what appearance does. Face mask. Oh. Okay, let's go to face mask. Okay, let's see. What does that mean? What is a face mask? Let's see what face mask does. Error. Please fudge you. Can I scroll this? I don't guess I could scroll it. Okay. Well, error. Please select. All right, let's just get out of this. Let me take face mask and turn it off. There we go. Well, guys, I gotta say, once I learn how this all works, then it's just a matter of I don't know why this screen is black, but this is just a matter of time before I figure everything out and I get everything just right, just the way I want it. This is kind of a cool way to sort of do this, to sort of do a live stream. However, I just wish I could invite people. You know, there's no... See what I mean? There's like no ways to actually invite people, which sucks. But in the not too distant future, somewhere between time and space, I'll figure this whole thing out as I annoy the human race. No, I'm just kidding. So, when I do a live stream like this, just keep in mind that I can't control the way the stream begins or ends. I use those special parts to create my robot friends. Do. No, I'm kidding. No, but I do appreciate the 2 viewers for watching and sticking with me. That was mighty nice of you guys. But I really, like I said, this is a test screen. So let's think here for a minute. Let's think. What can I do? What can I do? What can we talk about? Let's see here. Because I definitely don't want dead air. Dead air is the thing that you definitely do not want. You know, you want people to be tuning in for something. Any reason to tune in is always a good reason. I'll tell you this. We'll talk about it for a second here. I've played The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 3DS, and I gotta tell you, right now, this game is awesome. It's a very awesome game. I do highly recommend it if you've got a Nintendo 3DS. My Nintendo 3DS came with a Mario game that my daughter loves to play. It's a very good game. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, what is that? Let me turn my light on here. Ooh, man, that's bright. Unlimited Sinatra? Oh, get that out of my face. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, Sorry about that. I just about dropped the. Oh, it is late. I just about dropped the disc, but I was just thinking something. If I wanted to do a live stream like this, I could get my viewers on the phone, like me and Sagittarically Speaking, for example. If we wanted to do a live stream and I'm out of my live stream hours from StreamYard, oh my gosh, then I could whoa, hey, don't fall there, buddy. All right. Then I could very easily put him on the phone, and we could do one from the phone. I think it would be just as clear as when I do the phone calls. So now, today I was gonna get I got all my Christmas decorations and everything down, but I don't have them put up. In other words, they're all still sitting in the box, waiting to be put up. And I was getting ready to do that, but then I got set on several errands. And you know how it is when you get set on errands. You go to the grocery store. Next thing you know, you're getting gas. Next thing you know, you're buying cigarettes. You're getting all the stuff that you need to get. You know, so that's how that. And then, so those errands caused me to not be able to get the stuff done that I wanted to get done. People, I'm telling you right now, I am ready for springtime. I want springtime to be here. I want those hours to be later and later in the day. It does not feel like I have enough time during the day to do the stuff, that I want to get done. There's just not that much time. What did I name this? Does this stream have a name? I don't even see where the name is. To be honest with you, hold on. Let me go to YouTube. It obviously has to have a name if it's on. Oh, Late Night with Hebrew. Okay. Well, you forget sometimes. It's been a long time since I've done one of these like this. This sort of just being by myself, and you guys get to see the real thing, the real deal. This is the real Hebrew. This is not the Hebrew, that you hear on Shifty Sunday. This is not the Hebrew that you hear on Taco Tuesday. I'm relaxed. I'm being myself. Me and Sagittarically Speaking just viewed part of my Star Wars A New Hope thing that I did with my action figures quite a few years ago. And, well, I could bring that up. The one thing that I wanted to show him, which he'll see at the end of the movie, is where, and I made this movie way back, I think it was 2000 and it might have been 2009 or 2010 when I made this movie. And when I made my Star Wars movie, at the very end, when Han and Luke get their medals, I did not give Chewbacca a medal. I remember doing this, and this occurred way before the Mandela effect. I'm not saying it was before the Mandela effect took place, but it was obvious that I remember that ending the same exact way that it is now, is how I remembered it back then, because I made my home movie with that exact ending. And I'll tell you another secret. When I made Empire Strikes Back, yes, I did all three movies. You can watch them if you want to join me in StreamYard someday. I can't show them on YouTube because of the music. One of these days I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix all that. And I will do it in 10-minute increments of where I show New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, in Empire Strikes Back, this was again a few years ago. This was 2010, 2011, maybe 2012. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long. Um, but and there's no way to go back and check a flash card because when I recorded these movies, I recorded them on a VHS, an old. Uh, I recorded them with a regular. They weren't digital camcorders, is what I'm trying to say. They were all recorded on tape, except for one. Empire Strikes Back. I did record it on a camcorder that took a DVD style little disc. You know what I mean? Those little disc. Hey, there's Mr. Preliminal. How you doing, brother? Um, but anyway, getting back to when I was making Empire Strikes Back, um, the part where Darth Vader says, "No, I am your father." That's exactly the way I recorded it. And that, like I said, that's been quite a few years ago. So I obviously had a memory back then when it was back in the early 2000s. I remembered it that way. I didn't remember it either way. Preliminal, thanks for tuning in. And okay, so what do you tell me here, brother? Screen visuals are very black, particularly the whole screen. Yeah, I know, man. I I'm testing this. I might do something. I might do it differently. Do you know a lot about OBS? Because I mean that's what I'm using is OBS streamables, and I don't really know a whole lot about it. If you know a whole lot about OBS and you could talk to me about it, maybe we could sit down one day in a call and go over it. If you know about it, I'm saying you know. Um, but anyway, yeah. So when I did my version of Empire Strikes Back, he says, and this is what he says in the original movie now. Um, hey, Michael Fontaine. Good to see you tonight, brother. Good to see you in the house, Mr. Michael Fontaine. Uh, we're doing this. I'm doing this. I'm all by myself, and I'm doing this sort of as a test stream. Um, but getting back to what I was saying, back in early 2000s, when I did my stop motion Empire Strikes Back movie, I did the full movie all the way through, 3 hours long, and it got to the part where he says, "No, I am your father," and okay, cool. Well, if you could teach me how to do that after the show, or not after the show, like tomorrow or the next day or whatever, we'll get more into detail about that. Anyway, where was I? Oh, when I did my Empire Strikes Back, Luke, and this is in the movie as well. This is in the original movie. This isn't, you know, um, something that I just made up on the fly. So Luke says basically to Darth Vader, right? He turns to him and says, "Well, Darth Vader turns to Luke and says, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father." And then Luke says, "He told me enough. He told me you betrayed and murdered my father." And then Darth Vader answers back, "No, I am your father." So when you put it in that context that he's answering the question, he's not saying. Now let's put it in another context. Let's put it in the context in which everybody remembers him saying, "Luke, I am your father." Right? Okay. So let's do the scene. Let's play out the scene here. All right, here's the scene. Obi-Wan never told you what happened. Yes, he told me enough. He told me you murdered my father. No. Oh, wait. Sorry. No. Luke, I am your father. Now, okay, so we can make the argument that we all have several different realities, and then that was when that was taking place. Um, a lot of people have that different reality where he does still say that line, and I'm not here arguing whether it is or isn't. Because I know that there is a lot of residue out there. I know that there's an interview with, um, Ray Earl. Ray Earl. Um, Wait, am I saying that right? Earl Jones. Ray Earl Jones. Ray Earl Jones. I think I'm saying that right. You see, preliminal has it in the context that he said, "No, Luke, I am your father." Now that would make sense. But here to me, what doesn't make sense, why is he calling him Luke? Is it because he's putting an emphasizing, or is it because he just figures that if he says the name Luke, it adds a more personal touch? But Luke knows that his name is Luke, and Vader knows that his name is Luke. When you and I are in a conversation, like let's say for example, I'm talking to Purpose and Grace. Um, if I talking to Purpose and Grace, am I going to talk to Purpose and Grace and say Purpose and Grace the whole time I'm talking to Purpose and Grace? Or if I'm just going to say, "Hey, you," or "Hey, yeah, I agree with you," or blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're in chat, yeah, of course you're going to do that because, obviously they're not going to know who you're talking to. Um, but in the context of um, two people in a conversation, they don't usually they would not usually say the person's name in the context of a conversation. But again, I'm not saying that that's not an effect. It definitely is. I know a lot of people. We all have different realities, and I do realize that. But it's very strange that when I made these movies, I watched the real movies to do research, even though I knew. See, you have both memories. Okay, that's awesome. Um, so I watched the movies back then to have reference, even though I knew these movies backward and forward like the back of my hand. I had watched them like 10,000 times beforehand, but I would watch a scene like that. I would watch a scene and then I would put it in my movie, and I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing the movie word for word, of course, because that would be boring. And then you'd be like, "Well, why am I watching Hebrews stop motion movie when I could just be watching the real thing?" No, but I wanted to make sure that I got the important the important parts. I wanted to make sure I got those right. So I watched these movies and I would put on, like, let's say I was doing Return of the Jedi, I would put on Return of the Jedi and watch it scene for scene as I was doing these stop motion movies. So that's the part that weirds me out about it. Is like I obviously had the memory of it being said that way at that time. I wish I could show you guys these movies I have. And well, here's the weird thing. My C3PO action figure does not have silver on any part of his body. He didn't have the weird black gloves, uh, the black on the palm of the hands. He didn't have the weird midriff. Um, Now, I take that back. He did have the midriff. He had the weird midriff where the wires are showing, and one of the action figures. But on the other action figures, especially the vintage C3PO, um, on the vintage C3PO. I'm sorry, I was reading preliminals comment there. Yeah, I can see where you would have seen it that way. That makes sense. Uh, but I just don't have it. My memory's not of that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there isn't different timelines. Of course there is, and that's why we have these conversations, so we can share the experiences. You see, just like I have a memory where, um, what was that song? Our house in the middle of the street. I have a memory that it was our house. What was my memory? It was our house at the end of the street or something like that. And then it had changed to our house in the middle of the street, or the middle, or our house in the middle of the street. And it changed to our house in the middle of our street. Or no, wait. Anyway, I had the video. Go back and watch my video. It's a Mandela effect video of that song. Um, but I think it's our house in the middle of the street. The street is how I remembered it, and now it's our street, I think. It's something very close to that. Um, right, his wires. You're right about the wires. I do remember it that way. But now they're like green and yellow, right? That's what I have on this movie. They're green and yellow. Anyway, um, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. Hey, look at here, guys! I got 7 viewers. That's amazing. I don't usually have quite that many viewers when I'm just doing this by myself. I appreciate you guys coming over. This is awesome. Thank you. But yeah, we're just we're having a discussion here. Um, I'm just telling you guys, when I did these movies 5 or 6, 7 years ago, um, shoot, no, I think I might have done New Hope about 9 or 10 years ago. Um, that's how my memories were, the way that they are now. So, with that being said, maybe my memories, like the Mandela effect, had probably changed it back then, is what I'm saying. Is this Mandela effect maybe it goes back further than we think. Okay, this is the point I'm trying to make. That, in fact, a person I talked to said, um, where was I? I'm sorry, I'm reading comments. I'm trying to keep up with comments. Um, so, getting back to our memories and stuff, this Mandela effect could have very well been going all the way back to the 70s. Um, and the reason why I say that is because Armour, with his experience, he talks about an experience happening to him back in the 70s. And I'm talking about an experience that happened to me back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or one of those years. Um, that when I was making these movies, that the those lines were already changed, and maybe it's possible that that stuff had already changed, and I wasn't affected at that time. And since I wasn't affected at that time, it could have very well be that that's the way I would have remembered it. Now, what are we talking about here? I'm getting interested in what the chat has to say. Um, okay. Beer went from 6.9 to 5.9. One beer flat tire. Now fat tire. I swear I had an L as flat. I kept looking at the neon sign. It was flat, not fat. Yeah, fat tire. Fat tire doesn't make sense. Um, you would think it would be flat tire. What? Why would it be fat? I don't understand that. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the beer. I'm not familiar. Uh, the beer. Oh, the beer. The percentage. Um, so is it fat beer? Um, I've had some flat beer before. It wasn't very good. Let me tell you. But no. Um, anyway, this is a working theory that I have worked on, and I've shared it with Noble, and maybe Noble can work with it with me on it. He's I hate to say this, but he's smarter than I am for sure, and we could work together on it. I'm going to ask him about it. But I honestly think, and I don't know exactly when CERN got started. So for those of you who have your theory that this is all CERN and not spiritual, then that's good. I mean, that's fine. We all have our different theories. My theory, of course, is that it's spiritual. Um, but for those of you that are stuck with the CERN theory, then we might want to find out when CERN started first doing the research, because I heard they actually first started doing the research back in the 90s. Um, but I don't know. If this thing has been going on since the 70s, then it is very possible that it's more spiritual than it is scientific. Either that, or we had some black holes in the 70s that sucked the Earth in, and now we're living on a new Earth. Um, Sorry, I was taking a drink of my tea. Um, but here's, if it is spiritual, if it is spiritual, then it could have gone way back to the beginning of time. If it's spiritual, and here's if it's spiritual, it could have gone all the way back in time. And if you look at drawings that were made by caveman, that were made by the Egyptians, that were made by the early Egyptians, by the early conquistadors, um, you could see airplanes, astronauts, cell phones, computers. There's all these drawings that are in these caves and stuff that you can go back and they're still there that people could see. And I'm sure there's videos on YouTube where you could see these drawings that depict, like I said, airplanes, cell phones, computers, um, technology, obviously, that was way before the time. So, um, hmm, that's a good one, preliminal. Yeah, that could very well be. Um, but here's a theory that Armour told me about one time. He says, I don't know if it was Armour or one of the other people who are highly spiritual. Um, we could be going through these changes that are leading us to the new earth. And these changes could be going gradual. They could be going very gradual, like the body changes, the map changes, and the map changes. Think about this. If this thing is spiritual, I've heard it said before that the end of the world is not going to come in the way that people think it's going to come. That it's not going um, to end the way people think it's going to end. It does mention in the Bible about a new earth. Okay, so when you think about these map changes. Like we get into all the map changes, we get into the body changes, we get into the energy, the new energy and stuff like that. The earth could be shaping itself into a gradual change that's going to take place. There could be another earth. This okay, just bear with me here. Let me get this all sorted out in my head. There could be another earth that is uh, not colliding, that's not the word I want to say, that is interjecting with our earth from another dimension, another portal somewhere. And if this, God could do anything, by the way. It doesn't have to be scientifically, but the way it seems like he works. I think that he likes things to be done so that it's better it's better explained to humans. In other words, let's say you have a sore on your body and you pray for that sore to be healed, and it doesn't get healed, it gets worse. And this causes you to pass out. It causes you issue upon issue upon issue. And then finally, you're forced to have to go to either a walk-in clinic or the emergency room, right? Well, you know, and then they come to find out that you had something serious that was going on, and it all started with this little sore. Maybe that was the father's way of healing this thing, is sending you to an emergency room. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the father can't heal wounds without there being uh, a human being uh, working on them. But it seems to me like the father just likes to do things that we see as logic, because our minds cannot comprehend in the way of which the Father works. Our minds can't comprehend, can't even begin to comprehend um, some of these things, that the way that the Father does things. He likes to do things naturally, is what I'm trying to say. Things that are pertain to nature. Not saying that he can't do things that are not of this world, but he does that so that we don't freak out, or whatever. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I think purpose and grace gets what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's say the Father created this portal. He created it through these scientists. He gave the scientists the power, the knowledge, the know-how to create this portal. Okay, I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying this is a theory, just a theory. And so these guys created a portal. God dang bug, get off of my... Ow, that hurt my finger. So then, sorry about that. I had a bug run across my keyboards. But no, so these scientists create a portal, but it's really because of their gifts that they were given. You know what I'm saying? So they created this portal, and now we have Earth 1 coming into contact with the Earth that we're currently living on. And let's say that these two Earths meet, that they meet with sort of how you would meet yourself. Like if you had another self in another dimension, you would meet your own self. And so these two Earths are now starting to congeal, if you will, into one Earth. And it's pushing the landmass away, and it's changing the very fabric of the landmass of the Earth. And because this other Earth is congealing with our Earth, and now it's going to form a completely new Earth, which is the same Earth that's talked about in the Bible. It's talked about in Revelations. And the Mandela effect is all tied into this. You see what I'm saying? And yes, preliminal, yes, it's just a theory. You're right. So, all of this is just a theory, you know. But, whoa. My cigarette went weird. But I think that if that's the way, I think that if that's what's happening, in my opinion, just my opinion, that this is the way the Father would work. He would work through nature. So anyway, with that being said, just keep in mind, it's just my opinion. I don't know everything, I don't pretend to know everything. I have trouble reading the Bible, reading the names of the Bible. So, I mean, come on. I have trouble reading those big news clips. You saw what trouble I was having reading those. So yeah, I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box. But, you know, but who, you know, spiritually and mentally, I believe in what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that like this is the absolute truth. You guys should listen to this. No, you should listen to it, use your discernment, and come up with your own theories. Um, no, Michelle, I'm using the OBS version 0.20. So it's OBS streamables, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to put an image up there, so I do apologize for that. Um, but I mean, hey, you know what? It ain't the darker the image, the more positive the negative. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Okay, scratch that. Forget I said that. The darker the negative, the more beautiful the picture is, right? So anyway, I think that's what I meant to say. Um, so we've gone into an hour to this broadcast. I would like to see what you guys think about this theory. Um, I would also like to hear your own theories as to what's going on. And right now, I'm going to read Prelimino's statement, what he just made. We're in bodies that are outside of heaven because we got into trouble and we don't remember because it would distract us from the purpose of this experience. Right on, Prelimino. I think you're on to something there, brother. Uh, and let's see what Michael Fontaine has to say. Um, I've had a few times someone saw me and I was in bed sleeping in my bed, or I just walked in about 20 or so minutes. Um, oh, wow. Hold on. 20 or so minutes after I just left when I was 20 minutes ago when. Huh? I just. Okay. I'll read the rest of it when he types it in. But I understand what you're saying, though, Michael Fontaine. And yes, Michael Fontaine, that's a weird experience, man. I'll tell you. I think I've had the same experience myself. Not the same exact experience, but something very similar to that. And I only need to load an image. Well, I know, but uh, maybe tomorrow, if you got some time, we could set aside some time and you could tell me, you could show me exactly how this works. Because as it stands, right now, what I'm seeing on my screen, and I wish I could share my screen, is that I've got CloudBot, I've got themes. Oh, themes. Well, maybe we'll try using themes. Hold on. Unlock what is this? I don't know what these themes are. Um, Timeline. Hey, that's a perfect theme. Let's use that one. There we go. Okay, are you guys seeing this? Wait, disturbing who? Wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, let me read the whole thing. Purpose and Grace has a story here she wants to share. Um, and I'm going to read it to you. My daughter swore I came in her room in the middle of the night looking for something on the floor, lights out, and I was awake but but never went in her room. I had apparently spoke to her and apologized for it. Huh. Yeah. There's times where I'll be laying here and be asleep, and this happens. It doesn't happen too often, but I'll be laying here asleep, and I think I hear a knock at the door, and I'll get up and go check, and there will be nobody there. But then I wake up in real life. Now they call this, I guess you could call it night terrors, or you can call it night whatever that's called. I don't know the correct definition of it, but it's sort of like, you know, you wake up, but you're not awake. You can't move, you can't react, you can't do anything. Your body's basically still asleep, and your mind is wide awake, but you don't realize this. Um, but so then I wake up in real life. I go to the door. There's nobody there, and then I ask people, my family, did you knock at my door? I asked the neighbors, did you knock? Nobody knocked at my door. So, I've had that experience. That's not quite the same experience. Excuse me. I realize that, but you know, it is what it is, and that's a nice. Thank you, thank you for sharing that. Um, and Michael Fontaine, thank you for sharing your experience as well. Um, so I do appreciate that. Let me give this room a quick shout out. There's an awfully lot of people here for 2 a.m. Well, it's 2 a.m. my time. It may be 3 a.m. Some of you guys' time. It may be, well, in California, it's only what, 12? Um, 12 or 11, I guess. I don't know how many. I forget how many hours you're behind me. But look, here's the thing. Let's give this room a quick shout out. It's wonderful you people were able to join me tonight. I do appreciate it. Michael Fontaine, Purpose and Grace, Awake and Activate. Preliminal was here. Um, and there's some lurkers, obviously, because there's 7 people watching. If I missed you, I do apologize. I know Preliminal was the first one to start talking. Let me scroll up here. Well, that's it. So anybody that didn't hear their name mentioned, well, it's because you hadn't said nothing. But anyway, so I'm 2 hours ahead, huh? Okay, well I didn't know that. Um, I'll tell you what. Another weird thing that happens to me, and it happens a lot. I'll set something down, like let's say for example I set my phone down, and I know I set my phone down like that right here in front of me, and I'll go in another room and go do something, and then I'll come back and I'll look around. Where's my phone? Where did I put my phone? I know my phone was right there. I just set it there. It was there 10 minutes ago. And then I come back and I look again, and the phone is not right where I remember setting it, but it's been moved like a few inches or a few feet. Like let's say it's on top of my computer desk when I remembered sitting it down, and next time when I go look for it, it's underneath on a shelf like that. Um, I have those experiences all the time, and those are weird experiences for me. It's kind of like that one guy that claims that a fairy comes in and hides his keys, or he claims that he has some missing cups, and when he goes back to the cabinet to look, his cups have appeared again. So it's kind of like that experience. But I I think all of us who are affected with the Mandela effect have a lot of these very similar. Am I saying that right? Similar. Oh goodness gracious, I can't talk. Similar experiences, and and I think that's what binds us all together. You know, it's like the force. The force binds us together. It penetrates through us. It works with us. It obeys our actions. Um, you know, so forth and so on. But look, here's what I'm gonna do. I am 1 hour and 9 minutes into this thing. I think I can go another 10, maybe 20 minutes, but I've got to go refill my glass. Uh, I'm gonna go refill my glass, and I'm gonna come right back. But while I'm gone, doing these things, you guys can enjoy the wonderful sounds of whatever. What do they call that music? Hold on. I wish I could mute. Oh, I can mute up. Hold on. Let me mute up 1 second. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Where's that mute button at? I can't find the mute button. All right. Let's see here. Royalty free. There we go. Royalty free music. And I'll be right back. And I know, Michelle, what you're going to say. The royalty free music isn't always royalty free. But you know what? I'm going to take my chance. And here we go. Let's see what this one's like. Oh, that's perfect. It's elevator music. Okay. Enjoy. I'll be right back. All right. Well, that's the music. I'm back. Let me go ahead and shut this music down. I see we still have 7 viewers, so that's awesome. Um, Let me go ahead and stop it. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think that was awesome. Um, some awesome elevator music. But anyway, let me read what Awake and Activate has said here. I'm not going to read it out loud, I don't think, because you guys could see it. It's for a minute, and then they copyright it and take it away in earnings and add more commercials. I have 3 songs I will use that were gifts from very talented musicians, and I have. Well, that's cool. That's cool that you have that. I see. I'm glad that's good that you have that. I wish I had something like that myself. I have been looking for people to make theme songs for me. Um, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and say this live on the air. Um, when we at Shifty Sunday have our 1 year anniversary, which is coming up in March, we're going to do a very special 1 year anniversary Shifty Sunday theme song. And I am looking for ideas. If you guys have any ideas that you could throw out there, we might do a contest to see who can come up with the best 1 year anniversary. And who knows, we might just ask Lorraine to do it, since she did a very good job on the Shifty Sunday theme song. Maybe she can come up with a special anniversary Shifty Sunday theme that's kind of like her theme, but has happy anniversary thrown into it somehow. Um, the happy could be the H in Shifty Sunday. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I think that would be kind of neat if we did that. And basically, the ideas that I've thrown out there, we're going to do a clip show. We're going to pick out our favorite moments of Shifty Sunday, and we're going to throw them out there. One of my favorite moments was when we had, there's a lot of them, but one of my favorite moments, it was the very first time that Michelle was on the show. That was a very special moment. But I think that was awesome. But another special moment that I'm proud of, yes, I am proud of some things, um, was when we had our very first call-in show, and the very first caller was Suso. So that was one of my moments. I like that one. There's several moments out there. The Hebrew birthday bash, that was awesome. When we had six of some of the finest people that you would ever want to have on a show. you know, Michelle was on there. Sandy Diva was on there. I think Teresa was on there. We had Teresa Lynch. We had um, oh, I'm trying to think. Of course, there was me and Sagittarically Speaking, and I think this is before we discovered Raven. Um, Dan was on the show. Um, let's see, am I missing anybody? I think I'm missing. There was one or two other, but anyway, that's one of my favorite moments. And I think it is before we had. Oh, Jesus is Calling was on the show as well. So that was a very special moment. I really felt loved that day. I really did. And, yes, he did. You're right. Yeah, he sang uh, Happy Birthday to You, I do believe. Yeah. He sang Happy Birthday to You, but really it was supposed to be the both of us. And Sagittarically Speaking had said something. He said, well, and he, bro. And then Dan goes, and he, bro. And he slipped in the fact that he thought that was gay. And this is gay because because he's like, he was trying to do it kind of sexy, you know, um, for Michelle, uh, kind of joking around, but kind of sexy, And then when my name got thrown in there, he's like, oh boy, that's gay. So, but no, seriously, that was, uh, Yeah, that's awesome that we share. We almost share the same birthday. It's one day apart, like you said, and yeah, that's very cool. Um, so anyway, where was I? Oh, the special moments for the 1 year anniversary of Shifty Sunday. Another one of my favorite moments is when Euler Greg won the Shifty Sunday contest. We had a Shifty Sunday name. If you could come up with a good name for the T-shirt, he won that contest. And then of course Lorraine, she didn't win a contest, but she gave us our Shifty Sunday song. That was a good moment. But there's going to be several moments on there. I think we could tie up a good 3 hours at least, and all those special moments. And of course, we're going to show clips from the very first ever Shifty Sunday. And I got to warn everybody out there, this one is very raw. It's raw, uncensored, uncut. It's very, but I think it's one of the best. One probably not one of the best ones, but as far as of course it is. I mean, it's brand new, but the beginning of the show, none of your show's beginnings are going to be all that great. There's always that first show, and then once you're past that first show, it's like yeah, you get in a rhythm of things. But anyway, um, yeah, so many great memories for Shifty Sunday. So I just want to throw that out there to everybody who's in this chat room right now, and everyone who's going to watch this later on the replay. Um, it's a way for us to thank all of you who have supported our show over the years, over the year. It feels like years, um, but no. For everyone who has supported their show over this past year, it's been one wild ride. It's been a great roller coaster experience. There's going to be a lot of shout outs to the fans, to the people that put us up there, and the people who supported this show. We've had a lot of supporters, and one of the biggest supporters right now, of course, is Michelle. But we had Dan has always supported the show. He's put it out there on his. He's allowed me and Armor to talk about. We're gonna have Shifty Sunday, or even Taco Tuesday. He's been really good at supporting Taco Tuesday, and I've even had Dan on a couple Taco Tuesday shows. Um, Noble SD, he's been a really good supporter of the show. Um, I think Suso's plugged away at us once or twice. Um, there Stone Bender at the very beginning. He was one of my very first the first guy, the first person to ever watch any of my stuff, and he's the one that really got me set up back in the day with the channel. He's the one that got me connected to the people in the community. He got me connected to Jason Cowboy. Uh, um, he's the one that actually gave me got me connected with Noble SD and Sandy Diva and um, oh, E-Man. E-Man was there at the very beginning as well. So there's a lot of those people that we're going to be mentioning, and I'm hoping that we can get some of those people on the show. Uh, if E-Man is listening, watching this show later, we would love to have you on. Um, you were there from the very beginning, and Stonebender, if he's able to listen or watch this somehow, uh, like I said, he was one of my very first commenters. He was one of my the very first person that ever watched the show and commented on it and said, "Hey, how would you like to join this group?" And I joined one of his groups, and it all took off from there. Even Armor back in the day when I was doing the one man live shows like I'm doing tonight, he surprised me because he just came out of nowhere, started watching my shows, and that's how we started this whole thing. We started. It was me, Armor, um, Floyd was there at the beginning, and Sagittarically Speaking was there at the very beginning. Sagittarically Speaking was a surprise that came to me out of the blue, and I honestly think that the Holy Spirit kind of put the three of us together, and and then of course later on we added Raven to the team, and Raven's been a blessing, and of course outside of Shifty Sunday, I have Taco Tuesday, which Michelle's come on the show, and she's been a real blessing. She has added a lot of good stuff to the show, and so you know, but right now I'm going to talk about Shifty Sunday. When Taco Tuesday has its 1 year anniversary, if it's still around, I'll be talking about that on our Taco Tuesday 1 year anniversary. So anyway, it looks like I babbled on for another extra 25 minutes or so, which is cool. Um, let's see, it's 2:29 in the morning where I'm at. So I'm just going to mention some people that's on Hair, Purpose, and Grace. I'm glad you found this channel. Thank you for being here. Michael Fontaine, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Preliminal's been there from the beginning. Preliminal was actually there in our first ever Shifty Sunday show, and he has followed this channel and supported this channel in the very beginning. So he was another one that's followed the channel. I give so much credit to Stone Bender, but actually Preliminal's been there since the beginning, as far as I know. Um, but anyway, we'll mention that and a whole lot more on the Shifty Sunday um, 1 year anniversary. And I think I'm getting ready to shut her down here. But I would like to say, everyone that's watching, Awaken Activate is getting she's getting started again. She's getting into her groove. She did a live stream. I forget when that live stream was. I think it was Friday when you did the live stream. Um, anyway, go check out her channel. She's got a lot of really cool things on there. Her and The Truth Will Set You Free. They had an awesome live stream. Go check that out. Armor Up. Go check him out. He has a lot of really cool spiritual things going on. Check out his Wednesday Word. And if Sagittarius had a channel, I would plug it, but he doesn't. So uh, that's the names I wanted to throw out there. And Preliminal has artwork. He has his own channel. He does things too. Go check him out. Michael Fontaine, I don't know if you have a channel, but if you do, go check him out. Purpose and Grace, I don't know if you have a channel, but everyone go check her out. We gotta grow these channels. These smaller channels, they need some growing. So please, give them your support. We need all the support. We need to support each other. We need to support each other as a family, So, yeah, let's do that. Let's get together and support each other. And, we only grow as a group. We can't grow by ourselves. So there's all that support there. And all these smaller channels need support. I'm not saying larger channels don't need support also, but not as much. They've grown their channel. They're grown. They're growing, grown men and women, whatever you want to say. They've been fed a lot, so they're nice and big now. So now we need these smaller channels to grow and get nice and big, and nice, big and fat and plump and juicy, and you know, so so anyway, yeah. But you know what, man? I got to tell you, I think I do the same thing, Michael Fontaine. I think I might make a lot of people hungry. Uh, as a matter of fact, when Stonebender was active in the community, we used to go over the dance channel, and I would always talk about food when I was over there. And every time I started talking about food, Stonebender's like, "Dang it, man, you made me hungry." So that was a little thing that me and him used to have together. I used to always, so it was, I made it a point from that moment forward to keep mentioning food every time I go in the chat room. I go, man, I could really go for some nachos right now, or, man, I could really go for some tacos right now, or go for some hot wings, or who else can go for this or that. So that was, yeah, that was kind of a thing back in the day. And anyway, let me drink some of this tea. This is probably one of the longest time I've gone by myself. I don't usually do live streams by myself. I did them back in the day a lot. Um, and those are really raw. So if you guys want to go check those out, you can. I'm not going to stop you. But I got to warn you, those are really raw, and those are kind of back in the day when I wasn't so I hadn't quite uh, found my way yet, So again, please excuse the rawness of those videos and whatnot. But anyway, um, I do appreciate all the kind words and everything that's being thrown around here tonight, and you know. So anyway, what am I talking? Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday. There will not be a Taco Tuesday. Those of you who weren't on Shifty Sunday, there will be no Taco Tuesday this week. Um, and that's kind of a good thing for me anyway, because I got to get my energies back up. I've got to. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Who said something about gay? Oh, gay, or what does that mean? I don't get it. See, I'm missing the comments, and when I miss the comments, I only get part of the story. Um, anyway, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Um, so yeah, there will be no Taco Tuesday. Um, but I would appreciate it if you guys could stop by and check out Thirsty Thursday. I read from the Bible. I read the scripture. I give my own 2 cents. I like people that participate. If you can participate and do that, then that's awesome. But yeah, if you're not into the Bible readings and all that stuff, I understand that, and that's fine. Um, and I know there are some people that just stop by there to give my channel support, and I do appreciate that. But um, I do love Jesus, and I love preaching the word, and I love. I try to follow Jesus. I may not be one of the best examples of people that do try to follow Jesus. I try my best. I'm a human being, and hey, what can I say? But anyway, yeah, I've changed a lot on this journey. This has been a really long journey for me, and the journey is ongoing, and I know a lot of us have that sort of that ongoing journey that we must go down the path that we've chosen, and it's a different path for everybody. It's not the same. Everyone's got their own way. Everyone's got their own path. They're on their own journey. And, like it says in the Bible, ye not judge, lest ye be judged. You know? So I don't judge. That's not my job. Um, it's not my job to judge. So I don't judge. I try not to judge. Sometimes, yeah, I might slip up and come off a little bit judgmental, but I think we all kind of do that sometimes, and we don't really realize it when we're doing it. We're like, yeah, you should think this way, or you should do this way, or you should do. I don't think that. I mean, I think you should do you. Um, what technical issues? What's going on here? Am I having technical issues? I do apologize if I am. Um, anyway, let me light this cigarette, and then I'll give this room a final shout out, and we'll go ahead and close up with a good my final thoughts. There we go. All right. Let's give this room one final shout out. I know that's silly because I just did it not too long ago. Purpose and Grace, Michael Fontaine, Awaken Activate, Preliminal. I think Go Kart Bob was hanging out in here somewhere. Oh no, I'm just kidding. No, he wasn't. Um, let's see here. Who am I missing? Oh, me! I was here. Okay. Hero from Eternia. Whoever that guy is. Um, but anyway, no, that's pretty much the end of the show. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, for being here, and you know, I'll catch you guys all on Shifty Sunday. That'll be the next broadcast. Uh, unless I decide to do one of these again, I don't know. Again, I can't control what's going to happen. Sometimes you have you break out into spontaneous live stream. You can't help it. I mean, sometimes that just live stream happens. What can I say? Um, but anyway, yeah, if I decide to bust out in a spontaneous live stream, um, I'll try to let all you guys know. And very funny. Yeah, Shebro. Yeah, it'll be Taco Tuesday. Will be an all Shebro show. So don't forget to look out for that. Um, yeah, I like these impromptu sort of live streams. But anyway, guys, that's my time. This is Hero 77. I wish I had a cool song that I could play out. I didn't even have an intro, so there you go. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Sleep well, and everybody have a good night. Now let's see if I can end this thing. Let's see here. Okay, no, that didn't do it. Oh, here it is. There's the button right there. Okay, well, that's the news, and I'm out of here. Oh, by the way, Michelle, if you do have some time, I'm not going to be able to talk to you tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm just going to kick off of here and watch some Gordon Ramsay and go to bed. So, good night, everybody. Sleep tight. And if you got bed bugs, get them exterminated.